I knew I wanted to be an assistant for a rep show, just to get the full-on experience of what John Reed's life is like and what the overall collaborative process is really like for the rep in a professional setting. So I was lucky enough to find out that I was selected for the APM position in August, and then the things kind of started getting rolling after it was ASA in the fall, and then read the script and it was a very interesting read to read on your own, and it was helpful to read it out loud with others.
Reading the play was really complicated because I don't think it's not a linear story, and you can't really follow much. It's like reading a text conversation between people you don't know, which is already hard enough when you know the people. And so it was really interesting, very intriguing to hear what Liz had to say about the play and what her thoughts were about it. So the conversation was around, the witty British humor that is there the whole time. And being from Europe, I could relate very much to all the political jokes, to the dumb questions, to the little references. And so we really had a great conversation about it. So Liz was my teacher during a collaboration class in second year, which is where I met her. And then Stephen Strawbridge was my lighting teacher for 2 years. And then Sean Boyle was my teacher for 2 years as well. So being in a position of considered as a colleague, and I want to say on my side, there was no power imbalance. They never made me feel like I was just a student and they would have to put up with my work, whatever I decide. On the contrary, they were extremely supportive and excited and encouraging from the beginning. I had to be really confident about making a design, and they've worked so much and they all work together already. So it was really strange to come in a room of very experienced people, teachers, chairs and faculties, and try to get them to rally up on it. But it was actually very simple. Within 2 weeks we had the main design of the set, which is the one that is here. Very little was cut, thanks to great production. And everyone started to be really excited about it. Also because I trusted them completely, and half of the design of the set is literally a blank check for them to do whatever they wanted with projections and lighting. And then when we started to bring this as an idea, which is where Steph comes in, is can we do it? Is it doable at all? And this is where all the technical aspect comes into play, and it's here. So I guess you did a great job.
When you come in as an APM through the process, especially in the rep, it's a really great experience because it's, for some of us, the first time we're working or meeting with some of these designers who are staff and faculty, and getting to know them. So like Lia said, it may be a little intimidating at the start, but once you get to know them and right off the bat they treat you as a professional, as you're not just a student in their eyes. They know you're here to learn and that you may make mistakes, but they're fully supportive, they're fully collaborative, and they're helping you learn along the way what it is to work in a professional setting outside of here and beyond. And here we're taught negotiation, and we're shadowing through the process even as students, and able to ask the questions of why and how, and making sure that the members of our community who are working through this process make sure their ideas are realized and heard in a way that best supports through the overall collaborative idea.
I think people think that we're just, especially for designers, everyone has this idea of the lonely artists in their studios, smoking cigarettes and having sleepless nights and just tormenting themselves, and then they just have a genius idea. This is not how it goes. This is hours and hours of talking and trying to show things to friends and colleagues, and then testing things in that tiny little black box on your little sad studio desk. And you just keep trying and trying and trying. It's a lot of work. And so you start with collaborating, but then you need to be able to collaborate. I don't think you can do this without being able to collaborate with other people.
I think I'm ending my second year on a high note. I think that from my first year till now, each assignment that you get, although they may not be related, or you may think they're not related, they definitely are, because you take different bits and pieces that you've learned from each moment, and you figure out what was that growing point, what went well, what didn't go well, how do you move forward from that? And I think as a person who's on the track to be a production manager, you need all those little bits and bobs and pieces from other departments to be able to help others and communicate with others as you move along in the process. And so even from now, my next production assignment is assistant props for Carlotta Festival. And this process specifically has taught me things like time management, leveling up my organization, being able to communicate with others, articulate what is needed, realizing what is a priority. And it's not just a priority for yourself, but others and the production. Because if everything is a priority, then nothing is a priority. And then you can't get to that, I don't know, I don't want to say money shot, but that like moment that everyone, that pinnacle that you're all there for.